Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered, where do they come from? How do they shine for millions or even billions of years? And what happens when they die? In this video, we're taking a journey through the universe to explore the life cycle of a star. From its quiet beginnings inside a cloud of dust and gas, to its dramatic end as a glowing white dwarf, a neutron star, or even a black hole. Buckle up, because the life of a star is more epic than any sci-fi movie, and it's all real. Now, every star begins its life in a nebula. A vast, cold cloud of gas and dust floating through space. These clouds may seem empty, but they're full of hydrogen, helium, and tiny cosmic. Depending upon the size of nebula, they last up to 10 million years in the universe. Over time, gravity starts pulling parts of this cloud together. The more it collapses, the denser and hotter it gets, forming the seeds of a future star. As the cloud collapses, the dense center forms what we call a protostar, the star's baby stage. This stage can last anywhere from 100,000 to 10 million years. It's not quite a star yet, but it's getting there. The pressure and temperature are rising inside. Once temperature hits around 10 million degrees Celsius, something incredible happens. Nuclear fusion begins, and just like that, a new star is born. Now the star enters the main sequence, the longest and most stable chapter of its life. In its core, hydrogen atoms fuse into helium, releasing an enormous amount of energy. This energy pushes outward, perfectly balancing the force of gravity pulling inward. The star shines steadily, often for billions of years, radiating light and heat into the cosmos. Our very own sun is in this phase right now, calm, bright, and full of life-giving energy. Eventually, the star begins to run out of hydrogen fuel in its core. Without enough energy to resist gravity, the core contracts and heats up, while the outer layers expand outward into space. The star swells to enormous size, becoming a red giant if it's medium-sized, or a red supergiant if it's much larger, though it glows with a cool reddish light. Inside, the star is unstable, and nearing the end of its life. A star's final fate depends on its mass. Smaller stars, like our sun, gently release their outer layers, creating a glowing shell called a planetary nebula. What's left behind is a small hot core, a white dwarf, slowly cooling over billions of years. But massive stars meet a much more dramatic end. When their core can no longer support itself, it collapses suddenly, triggering a massive explosion known as a supernova. The result? Either a super dense neutron star, or if the star was truly gigantic, it becomes a black hole, a region so powerful that not even light can escape. Let's quickly recap the life cycle of a star. It all begins in a nebula, where gravity pulls gas and dust together over millions of years. This forms a protostar, heating up until fusion begins. The star enters the main sequence, its longest and most stable phase, lasting billions of years. Once the hydrogen runs low, it expands into a red giant or red supergiant, depending on its mass. Low-mass stars end quietly, forming a planetary nebula and becoming a white dwarf. Massive stars explode in a supernova, leaving behind a neutron star or a black hole. And just like that, the star's journey ends. But its elements help create new stars, planets, and life. These stars not only light up our skies, they create the very elements that make planets, oceans, and even life possible. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember, you're witnessing the ancient story of the universe itself. If you enjoyed this journey through the stars, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, stay curious and keep looking up.